You guys to meet, and her name is Slim, and she's gonna walk around. Same rules apply to tugboat. So she's gonna stay on my arm. She is a professional, and I'm gonna let you guys guess, how long do you think Slim is? Raise your hand. Yeah. Figure how long is she? How many inches or feet is she long? 30 feet tall. Yeah. 12 feet. Not quite that tall.
6 feet.
6 feet. That's very close. She is 5 feet and 10 inches. So I'm only 5 feet tall. So she's 10 more inches tall than I am. So she is very, very long. Slim is a girl snake, so she is going to be a little bit longer than the boy snakes. Because in the reptile world, girls are bigger. Because they have to lay eggs. And they have to eat those eggs sometimes too. So Slim came to us about 11 years ago. So she's been here for a long time. She's about 12 or 13 years old. So she was pretty young when she came in, and she was stuck to a glue trap. Does anybody know what a glue trap is? So for anyone who doesn't know, some people will use those. They're like a sticky piece of paper that you put on the ground. A lot of times like mice or bugs will get stuck on those. So it's used as a sort of pest control method. But unfortunately, for the things that get on the glue traps, they're not supposed to come back off. It is not made for a catch and release sort of situation. And so unfortunately for Slim, who is a rat snake, so she's going to be eating mice and other things that are going to get stuck on that glue trap, it looked like a free buffet. So she's like, wow, this is great. These mice can't even run away. And then unfortunately, she also became stuck on that glue trap, and she could not get off. So the people who had set the glue trap, they felt bad. They didn't want her to be stuck on there. So instead of calling Blue Ridge and being like, hey, I have a snake stuck on a glue trap, which is exactly what you should do, they ripped her off like a Band-Aid. So unfortunately for her, a lot of her skin and scales stayed on that glue trap and did not come with her. So she had a lot of injuries to her scales and her skin, and she had to be in rehab care for almost a year, healing from those injuries, because we talked about how reptiles are slow. They're slow at just about everything. They're also slow at healing. So it took her a really long time, and by the time that she got better, she had become very, very friendly, because she was having to get shots and bandage changes and medicines pretty much every day. So she was getting handled a lot. So we thought that she would be too friendly to go back out into the wild, because unfortunately there are some people out there who do not want to be friends with snakes. And if she tried to go make friends with them, that could be dangerous for her. I'll get questions at the end, I promise. So as a baby, when she came in, and up to about a year old, they're completely different color than she is. So a lot of people call these guys black snakes, obviously, because they're this lovely shiny black color. But as itsy bitsy babies, when they're only about yay long, like a little noodle, they are actually two different colors of brown. So they try to look like other snakes, like copperheads, which are venomous. One of two venomous snakes that we have up here, and only three we have in Virginia, all of Virginia. So there aren't too many. We have lots of friendly snakes out there too. But some of those friendly snakes, as babies, want to look like the less friendly snakes, because that protects them from things who might want to eat them, because they're small and they're snack size. They're like noodles, right? Who wouldn't want to slurp up a tasty little noodle? So that's how they protect themselves. So once they're about 2 years old, they start to turn this lovely black color like Slim. And so we talked about she really likes to eat mice, but then you guys have chicken coops at home. Not too many out here, I suppose. Well, a lot of people who have chickens aren't necessarily the good friends of these rat snakes, because they also really, really like to eat chicken eggs. It's one of their favorite things. So question, how does she get a big old chicken egg into that little tiny face of hers? Good one. Yes.
She like cracks it up.
No? Hi.
She swallows it, and then it gets really big, and then she cracks it out, and she spits it out the cracks, and she
That's pretty close. Sometimes she'll just swallow the whole thing, she won't even crack it. So for snakes, put your hand on your jaw right here. And you open it, put it on there. So they can take that jaw and pop it out. So ours doesn't come out, right? It stays where it is. No matter how big of a sandwich you try to shove in your mouth, your jaw doesn't open up anymore. Well, for her, it does. So it opens, and she can open her mouth all the way flat up and down and extend that jaw all the way up. So if we could do that, it'd be like if we swallowed an entire loaf of bread in one go. So she can pretty much swallow something that's about twice as big around as her body. So she is the fattest part, about this big around. So she could eat something in that little tiny mouth of hers that's only about this wide. She could eat something this big around.